Hello, my name is Michelle Nguyen, and this video describes my experience for the practicum as a techcomm intern at the Recovery Resource Council. I have a bachelor's degree in history and interdisciplinary studies. My current experience includes understanding of higher education and the nonprofit sectors. I decided to return to academia to provide a better personal foundation within the field of technical communication through UNT. I got the internship from networking and talking to people. I knew Cindy Ledet and talked about technical communication and how it could benefit her current workplace. Cindy connected me to June Dable, and I pitched how TechCom could benefit a nonprofit organization. I proposed website rebranding and recommending changes to internal communications within the organization, as well as publicly facing materials. June really wanted to revamp the PRC3 website and update the data website, but as a nonprofit organization, they didn't have the budget or time at the time to get someone to focus and dedicate resources to updating their websites. The Recovery Resource Council is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in the DFW Metroplex that focuses on providing information and resources to communities and people who are in need. Resources relating to prevention, mental health, trauma, and many more. The Prevention Resource Center, Region 3, also known as PRC3, is a subsidiary organization under Recovery Resource, but is also a part of the Texas Public Health and Services Commission, or the HHSC for short. The PRC3 focuses on providing resources and information to the 19 counties within and adjacent to the DFW Metroplex. Their information and resources focus on drug misuse, youth prevention, and addiction. Finally, the Dallas Area Drug Prevention Partnership, also known as DADUP, is a community coalition that aims to inform, engage, and prevent youth drug use to 6 zip codes within Dallas. At PRC3 and DADUP, I was tasked with revamping the PRC3 website, updating and modifying the DADUP website, and revamping as well as creating templates for the fact sheets. I mainly did all my work on WordPress for the website redesigns and updates. I used Microsoft Excel to complete the website audit and inventory. To aid in the process of redesigning, I used Microsoft Word to document and detail the process of updating the website for the next person who will need to update the website. I also used Adobe Photoshop to create media suitable for digital displays. Because PRC3 and DATUP does not have access to Adobe Creative Cloud, I use Canva for the creation of the fact sheet templates. Throughout the internship, I would also have weekly meetings through Zoom. The first work product that I will be showcasing in this video will be the overhaul of the PRC3 website. This website will be the access point of free information and resources about substance use to the 19 counties located within the DFW Metroplex. The people using this website will need localized and relevant information to their needs, as well as easy access to their court-ordered community service. On the other side of the curtain, PRC3 has some requirements that need to be met as per grant regulations. My job was to assist in reviewing and updating the website for PRC3, with the aim of increasing website visits and enhancing engagement. I redesigned the website in 4 phases. Each phase was completed within a week. First, I performed a website audit to analyze the website content. After finishing the website inventory, I recommended additional pages to give more information about the credibility of the PRC3 organization. I also reviewed and advocated for the shift towards evergreen content for the website when possible. After the initial planning phase of the website overhaul, I planned and designed the website to best fit the skill set of someone with an assumed lack of WordPress experience. Each phase would begin with me independently designing and proposing changes for each individual web page. I would design based on the WCAG 2.0 standards, the preferred aesthetics of PRC3, and the assumed user of the PRC3 website. I also implemented plugins when functionally reasonable to ease the burden of updating their website on an irregular basis. After reviewing the initial drafts and receiving critiques and specific needs, I would implement the changes to best meet their requirements in a tight period. To ensure the next person updating the website will have a smooth time, I created a process design document that explains how to use and update the information or plugins on the website. The process design document would have instructions on how to perform tasks to update the website's content. It also documented the website's configurations to ensure conformity throughout the website. The next work product I will be discussing in detail will be DATApp's website redesign. DATApp is a community coalition with a mission to create an informed, engaged, and empowered community to prevent youth substance use. Compared to PRC3's website goals, DATApp's website goals was to transfer the current content and aesthetic to a theme unimpeded by a paywall. When I was completing the website audit for PRC3's website, I also completed DATApp's website audit to analyze the website's current content. My goal for DATApp's website was to update the current content and functionality to align with today's website standards. The development process was very similar to PRC3's website development process. I worked on the website redesign in 2 phases, adding the same plugins and design choices on DATApp to help with the smooth maintenance of content, and further utilization of the process design document. Other projects I've worked on during my time with PRC3 and DATApp are the creation and development of a process design document. As referenced earlier, was created to document and list instructions for each task needed for website upkeep. Some tasks include the creation of new pages, creation and editing forms, how to switch between templates, and many others. Another project I worked on was the creation of the fact sheet templates. PRC3 currently has a fact sheet for each county within the HHSC Region 3. These fact sheets provide a snapshot of important information in regard to each individual county. The information may include the average income compared to the Texas and United States average, population increase, rates of homelessness, rates of high school graduates, and many others. Since each county has a different variety of information, it would be difficult to create a cookie-cutter template for the fact sheets. Instead, I provided different options and designs to present the information or data in a more digestible method. I felt the UNT Graduate Professional and Technical Communication program has helped me immensely throughout the duration of the internship. I especially utilized the knowledge from digital literacies when working on the overhaul and redesign of the websites, content strategy when auditing and documenting the website inventories, and designing technical documents when creating digital assets and documentation. Other than these specific courses, the experience of communicating and working remotely with group mates for projects helped me with transitioning into the hybrid role at PRC3 and DATApp. I was able to learn about how to communicate with people who don't have the same knowledge as me, and learn how to ask questions to clarify. Since this is the first time I worked so closely in the nonprofit sector, there were many things I was unfamiliar with. But I realized that asking questions was part of the process in understanding each other's needs. Clarifying why something doesn't work for website redesign or why certain documentation has to be organized a certain way is part of learning the balance between wants and needs between the technical communicator and the client. This was the first time that I worked in a long-term techcomm project where I was treated as the subject matter expert. Rather than assuming that the other person has the same knowledge about websites as me, I was constantly reminded by my supervisor or myself that I need to explain further about technical terms. Another challenge I faced was the difference between nonprofit organizations and typical organizations. There were many times when I would suggest or recommend something only to be met with, "We can't do that due to the grant," or "We need to include this due to the grant." I realized that although there may be an easier or better way to present information, there are constraints that dictate how the information is presented to its audience. Since this internship was deeply related to website design, one thing I would change was going into the internship with much more knowledge about websites. Rather than knowing a lot about website design, I wish I had more personal ambition to learn even more about websites in general before starting the internship. Further utilization of WordPress customization may help with the ease of upkeep for a nonprofit organization. I would like to express a million and one thanks to the people who made this practicum possible. Dr. Kim, June Dable, Cindy Ladat, and all the wonderful people I've met at Recovery Resource. Thank you for watching this video, and please reach out to me through LinkedIn if you have any questions or inquiries.